my nightmare.
Alright, what's up, everybody? It is the man of horror himself, Trigger Troy, and welcome back to Man of Horror, my horror pod where I talk all things scary. Today, we're going to do a review. I'm joined by my lovely friend, Brienne, as always. Literally at this point, she's like my co-host. She probably going to be... I don't know. We'll see. But she's back on the show. We are reviewing and rating the film Voyage of the Demeter. So stick around. That's going to be fun. And then afterwards, I'm going to do another week in horror. Check it out.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
I'll start by saying, first off, how are you, love? How was your day? How have you been since the last one?
I actually had a really good day.
That's what's up.
At work. Work was cool. So I'm all right. Well, work was all right, but I'm good.
That's good to hear. I'm good, too. So today we are talking about Voyage of the Demeter. I was kind of excited to see this one, and I liked it, actually. I liked seeing this part of the story, knowing where it was from like a mythology kind of standpoint, right? Or like a nerd standpoint, maybe. But yeah, outside of that, I do think it could have been a little bit better, but we'll get into that part. But how did you feel about it first? Let's see. How did you feel about the voyage you love?
It started off very slow. Like, took a little minute to get to the point and everything, but after that, it was pretty decent.
Yeah, like I think we should have gotten an opening kill. Right?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, here's the current time, boom, let's start over.
Right, like, yeah, so it was like, it did a lot of character building, I think, or like introduction, that I think because it's a crew, we didn't necessarily need all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Really, it could have introduced the new guy, obviously the black guy who wasn't originally part of it, and why they were looking for somebody, but we didn't need like the full, you know what I'm saying, I guess rundown or whatever. Or like some of it could have been like exposed throughout. Like, I don't know. It was a very slow opening.
Yeah, because it was really like the boat washed up on shore. So you see like them like, go get the constable or whatever. So they go get him. They go to the boat, and then they start to read the captain's log. And it's like, if you didn't find anybody aboard, so help y'all guy, like,
right, like, there's some shit here. Yeah, and it was like, I would have liked to see him get on board. So that's the thing. I think this movie implied people knew where the story came from. Like, everybody didn't know what this was from, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was like, they didn't do enough to introduce the backstory if a brand new person to the story came, like somebody didn't know that this is the story of Dracula, and like you know what I'm saying, like, so I think again, just hopping on the opening, we should have saw how he got into the coffin and shit, and like got like, there's like if I'm not mistaken, he has like one more kill before that happens, and so we should have saw that and then brought it into, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so then we go into here. I do like the black guy actor. I can't think of his name.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's totally. Actually, let me look it up right quick.
It just like escaping me, and I know his name.
Yes, Corey Hawkins. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The part where I guess the guy, you know, of course, being racist and shit. I forgot exactly what he said, but it was just kind of like on the basis of like, we not letting your black ass on board. You don't know shit. Like, you don't know shit. And he just like, kind of like, I really wish I could fully remember the scene, but like he basically just kind of let him know like what was up and like, you know, I'm smart and I know what the fuck I'm doing basically. So y'all gonna need me. Oh yeah, because it was like, I think he mentioned, or he said this shit like basically not letting him on board, and he told him like, okay, well, did you know that like following, it was like astrology or some shit, like following the North Star, like pilots need, like to maneuver and shit like that, just kind of like breaking down how smart he was. Like, yeah, talk shit, talk some shit. I like that. But yeah, so we get on the boat and we find out this is like, I think the old guy, like the captain's, it's like his last voyage, right? Like his last trip on this boat or whatever. He's like, I guess, quote unquote, retiring. And then yeah, because we don't even know how the fuck the goddamn thing got on there. Or the bitch.
Okay, yeah. So, how when I went back to rewatch the beginning because it's so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where the cargo was being picked up at. We do know that after the second mate or the first mate, whatever he's called, he goes and asks, like, he's looking for extra crew members, and that's when we see the black man like, hey, me, I want to go, and they like, you don't look like you ain't never been on a boat a day in your life, like, no, I need, because he was saying like, I need a real man or something like that, to where like suggesting that Corey Hawkins' character wouldn't know how to handle himself on a boat, because you would become a crew member. You're not just getting a ride to London.
Right.
And then that's, the dude told him no. So that's the end of that. They go back to where the boat is, and they're loading the boat after he picks the 3 dudes. They go start loading the boat, and one of the guys that he picked ends up like dropping or not paying attention to what he's doing or something like that, and they're like picking up the crates to put on to the boat.
Oh yeah,
and because he's not paying attention fully, they he lose control of the crate that they were picking up, and then you see the little boy right underneath the crate, like looking down on the ground picking something up, and that's when Clemens sees him, and he goes and saves him before the crate falls down. And
and then that's what gets him on the ship. Yep, I remember that.
Yep, and that's how the captain saw it, and that's how he ended up being able to get on the ship.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I do remember that.
Because the man with I think he had like one eye or something, and he like, yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all ain't say nothing about no signs of no dragon. Like, this ain't it.
I ain't fucking with this.
God help y'all. Get me the fuck up off this boat. I ain't going nowhere with y'all.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I was like, okay, why he so stressed out about this dragon? Clearly it's not a good thing, but what does that mean?
Yeah, like what? Hello? So then, all right, I think, yeah, this is around the part where they find the woman. They're like going to go look, or he's like, checking out the cargo and stuff like that. And he finds the girl. She's like,
oh yeah, they've already set sail and everything at that point. Yep, packed up the boat, hit the sails. The little So that's when you meet like the little boy he saves. He starts to like show him around the boat, tell him all these kind of things, and then they hear something fall. And they, he goes and looks, and it's a crate, and it's a woman on the ground in dirt.
And then they fucking like, he like gives her like a little blood transfusion. I remember that part. He like doing like shit, and I love the part was funny. Like, of course the one guy wanted to like throw her overboard. Like she had stowaway. Like, what the fuck? You can get rid of her ass. And the guys, the captain's like, I'm not gonna have a woman's death on my hands on my last voyage. So we'll, take her with us, whatever. But he looked at the guy and was like, you'll be splitting your rations with her.
Okay, like, you better share your food with her.
Share your food. I ain't got time for this shit.
Ain't nobody else gonna have less because of you.
So yeah, again, a lot of shit just kind of like happening, nothing necessarily scary. And then this part, I did like this part. It was kind of scary when they're like, it's nighttime. He's on the deck or whatever, and he sees the fucking Dracula thing in the distance. He like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, before he even sees anything, it's the animals. They all start going nuts.
Yes, that's
including
what he
the
looked in that
dog. Because
direction.
now that like the thing is like walking like real like weak. Because we get to see it a little bit, and we like, what the fuck is that? And it's like curled up almost in like the fetal position and stuff like that. And then he like lashes out and then gets the dog.
Yeah, fuck that dog up. I remember that.
Oh well, no, but yeah. So while that's happening, or before the dog gets got, they hear the animals going crazy because you know animals usually alert you to like crazy weather
shit,
about to happen, danger, all those things. So they like, these animals tripping. Let's cover their cages so they stop all the noise. So they did that. And then, like, when they came back, the cook came downstairs to start cooking the next morning. And that's when he noticed, like, all of the animals were dead. All of them, including the damn dog.
Because it was still the night part. So, like, before it gets to the morning, it was like he saw the thing. And it was, like, standing there. And he was, like, calling out one of the crew members' names. He was like, such and such. He said it again. And it just stood there. And then he, like, went up to where it was because it disappeared. And he like knocked on the shit to see if it would be a knockback and a knockback. And then,
no, we not there yet though.
I couldn't swear that was that part.
So they don't know what's going on yet. They only know about old girl. They ain't even figured nothing out. They think it's rabies that killed all the animals. Remember?
Well, yeah, I mean, so they still didn't know. Like at this point, they still didn't believe it was anything. Because remember, the guy was like, "No, it wasn't nothing." But the other guy was like, "No, we saw something crazy. Like, did you see that? Like, that shit look crazy, right? Or am I tripping?" And then, like, the next day when they find them, that's when the guy's like, there's evil on this ship. And we saw it. Right?
I thought that was after the girl got up.
So I don't think she's not up just yet. I think she wakes up.
She got up the night that the animals died. She, like, just jumped up and started screaming that, he's on the ship. He's on the ship.
Yeah, it's like after they start, because they were throwing the animals overboard. I remember that now.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. So it's right then. It's during the daytime, and she comes out and she looks all crazy, and she's like, "He's on the ship. You niggas gonna die. We all dead.
We gotta get the fuck out."
Basically,
yeah. She's like, "It's time to fucking figure something out." Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, she describes Dracula, but I don't think she says his name just yet. But she
and then, like,
he
even
drinks
with that,
the blood.
like, we couldn't get like a little moment where he grabbed the bitch and put her on board. Like, like it was like too much implied knowledge that this movie, I guess, required
that people really saw Dracula.
Yeah, like it was like required you to have seen that to really understand some of this.
And everybody has not seen the black and white Dracula, so.
Or even fucking the 1992 Dracula. Shit, I just saw that motherfucker last year. So, but yeah, okay. So I remember that.
But yeah, that was when she did all of that. She told him, like, what he does, and then she showed them all the bite marks on her body. On her, like, she showed the bite marks on her body and stuff. And they looking like, this bitch They was not looking to believe her at all.
Not at all.
So that was where, like you said, they were like, right, I think, like you said, he had saw something on the thing. And Clemens, which is Corey Hawkins' character, he's like, I ain't see shit, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. He like, yes, the fuck you did, because we was the only ones up there.
Yeah, so no, you know what? Okay, so yes.
Only ones up
so
there.
Yes, no. Okay, so yeah, because that did happen first. That happened first, because then the second night after is when it got the guy.
Yeah, it didn't get him first. It got someone else first before it ended up coming back and killing him.
It got him because then I remember they tied him up on the table or some shit.
He so Oligarin or something like that is his name. So he sees the other dude got, like, he comes and, like, and beats his skull in, like, into the floor. Like, oh, okay. He goes off and runs and starts to climb up the rope. And then he realized, like, oh, shit, the thing is still coming. And he says, like, please, no. And so Dracula's like, please, no. And then he attacks him.
That shit was hilarious. I was like, oh, shit. I do have to say, like, the look of that thing was fucking creepy. Like,
oh, no, it definitely gave grown Batman.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was
terrifying.
Definitely, yeah.
So, okay, so then, and I remember... so there was this was that part, and it was both of them, and one of them, he got bit, like, it was like a neck thing, and they tied him up, and then he broke free, and he went to go get the little boy.
Oh, yeah, because he was in that little room.
Yeah.
So, and they thought he was all okay because at first they didn't think he was dead for real, or possessed or nothing, they just thought he was kind of wounded. Since he only really had like a small head wound and a little gash, he wasn't super, super messed up. Yeah. But they were like, he never woke up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, that's
started tripping out.
Throw him overboard. And so he just like rose up like he was Jesus or something and started walking. And Toby's like, hey. And then he turns around and was like, oh shit, he not. No.
Wait a minute. So, wait a minute.
And because at this point, everybody's like looking for Dracula because they know he's on board. He's already killed two. He's killed two people plus harmed him. So as he's like banging his head to get into the captain's quarters where the little boy is, I'm thinking like Dracula gonna pop up in this room.
Yep,
he gotta pop up in this room. Right?
This scene is like I think it's my favorite one in the movie because this shit was wild. Like how it was viewed, like. Shot or whatever. Loved it.
Because it was so funny because you get to meet the little boy, you see how innocent he is and everything, and then he remembers to start like knocking on the pipes when dude is like trying to break through the door. He knocks on the pipes, they come down there to try to help him, and that's when they actually see for the first time.
Yeah, that motherfucker
Dracula in the room.
Oh, that was right after he killed his ass though. Like Toby was like getting up, which was stupid as fuck. Sit your ass down. He was getting up and he saw it turning around and then it disappeared. And I was like, oh, that motherfucker's on the ceiling. I was like, wait, are they going to kill this little boy?
He started scooching back under something, between something, and then he looked up. I said, oh, no, not
oh, shit. Fuck these kids 2023.
Okay. Got his little ass.
Got his ass.
Like, all the while they trying to get into the door. And here come Anna, the stowaway, talking about move with the shotty and blow the door open. Like, where was this thought when y'all couldn't get into the door just to blow the door open?
Like, hello?
Why did it take her to remember, like, hey, we can shoot this door? And you get in there and not Toby dead. So they wrap his little body up. And at this point, that's when they knew that they had tied, what his name, Oligarn up onto the staff. And then now here comes the morning. And they're like, he's like talking to them and stuff, talking about,
as the sun start coming up. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can still hear you guys, blah blah blah. This,
I hear your heart beating,
like,
your blood pumping and shit.
Yeah, he's like, it's burning, my skin is burning. Then you start to see it bubble up, and the sun's coming up and hitting him, and he burst into flames. So, gotcha.
Shit. Yeah, the way that was done was really fucked up too, because you could see like the melting of his skin. Like they did that very. I don't know the word, but yeah, I can't think of it right now. I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah, Clemens was giving the little boy, blood transfusions from his grandfather, from the captain, but that didn't help him at all. Of course, he ended up dying, and wrapped his body up, about to throw him in the water, and the grandfather just so like unconsolable. He's like, nope, don't toss him. I saw him breathe.
Let me just wait a minute.
He dead. Like,
yeah, he probably did breathe, motherfucker. He a vampire.
My thing was like, if he started breathing, my nigga, or moving, that's not a good thing.
There's something going on.
Definitely dead. And then he like rips open the little cotton thing they have, the tarp they have around his body, and you see his little face, and he just looked dead as can be, pale and, dead. And then he opens his eyes and, like, stretches his arm like he is attacking, and then he bursts into flames, but he's also still holding onto his grandfather.
Right.
And I'm like, oof. Oh, not the burns.
Of
and
course,
Clemens
always
came over and just dumped his ass in the sea. And then, like, the picture of, the way they shot the body falling into or going into the water and being submerged, but being all burnt up and everything was so crazy.
Yeah, that shit was wild. So now at this point, it's like, well, shit. Because before they had said that they were like, the best plan was like to burn the ship or whatever.
Yeah, this is when they decided no. Okay, we gotta fuck the ship up.
Yeah,
because they don't know that he can fly.
Yeah. But before the captain was like, "No, y'all not gonna fuck up my ship." This is like right before he was like, y'all can't fuck up my ship. No, I won't be doing that to all that. So like, now at this point, he's dead. So it's like, well, shit, let's go back to the original plan. Fuck this ship. So yeah, so they decided to like was it like burn it?
It was to trap him, and I think to burn it. Yeah. They would blow it up or something.
And just like drown him. Yeah, like sink it. Because I know the idea was to like drown him.
It was something to pin him. And, like you said, I can't remember at the moment, but it was like, we gonna trap him, and we gonna fuck up the ship. The ship just gonna blow up or whatever, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah. But it was not.
Yeah, they were just, I think they were just gonna sink it, but they didn't explicitly say, like, we're not gonna not blow it up.
Yeah.
But they definitely said they were gonna sink the ship. Because at that point he had killed damn near half the stuff. Yes,
so this is when they decided to finally do it. And so while they're in the midst of that, because they, there was like the two guys that was at the top with the sails and all that shit. Dracula is flying, fucking around up there. I was like, oh shit, like get that, like that part was good too. Because it felt literally like a hunter, like what I'm saying, like a fucking like hunter bird or some shit, just coming like. Swooping, flying around in these circles and shit, like waiting for them to, and yeah, just pretty much hunting them, and it was done. I think it was really dope how they did that part. But yeah, at this point, he fucking kills the whole rest of the crew outside of Clemens and the girl.
Yeah, because at this point they realized, oh shit, he waited until we were out of ports. We were nowhere.
Until the middle of fucking for them to be nowhere.
No, just in the middle of the ocean, literally.
During a fucking hurricane.
He started to attack them, one person a night. Yeah. And the closer he got to London, he started fucking them all up.
Yeah.
So they were like, we only a day out. We gonna all die, bro. We gotta figure it out. And that was when they were like, all right, we sinking the ship. The ship. Fuck it. The little boy dead. Captain, fuck, you about to retire anyway. Fuck this boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they do that. It's like
the captain was looking at his second mate, like, or whatever they're called, and he's like, you would have made a great captain, and he wouldn't have. He would have made an awful captain.
Awful fucking captain. Awful. Terrible.
He was such a dumbass.
So fucking no. None of them would have made fucking good captains.
He eventually got the sense about him, but he was such a dumbass.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, at this point, it's like their little final confrontation, and the girl gets bit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
when she's like trying to save him, and then.
But she doesn't say anything to anyone, and no one notices.
Well, no, this is like during the final battle, like thing.
Yeah, but she doesn't. Bit. She doesn't let anyone know she's bit until it's just her and Clemens in the water.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, we see she gets bit, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, she didn't end up saying anything.
And then he hit Dracula with the fucking axe. And then like she like basically crushed him.
Yeah.
With the rest of the ship.
the one of the tall pillar things that hold the
rest of the ship.
Yeah.
Because that bitch started breaking down and shit, and it was like, like sinking like they planned. So like at this point they jump out, into the water, and she tells them like, yeah, I got fucking bit.
Yeah, because they thought he was pinned between two of the things, but something wedged it loose, and he was able to push it, and he flew away. But you know what made me giggle? When they realized that something happened to the chef, because the chef was out. He was like, fuck this. I'm going to get on this boat, and I'm out of here.
That first day, he was like, "Oh, this is
all
bullshit."
this fog that came up.
He thought he got away. Oh my god!
Then he's out in the open ocean in this little boat, and he got because Dracula can fly, and at no point, no one's thinking this nigga can fly.
Not a piece of anyone.
They see the lifeboat coming back to the ship empty as hell, and I'm like, how'd he get out on open water?
Good. That shit was good.
Like, it was just not clicking to me. Like, why is it not clicking to them that this nigga can fly? This boat was just in open water. And then there's no other life.
And also, I wouldn't want... That was... His dumb ass deserved that a little bit.
Yep, he definitely did.
Because you see all this fucking fog? I'm not about to go out in the middle of
that
the
came out
ocean
of nowhere. That's only surrounding
on a small boat while there's a fucking killer beast thing. Because at that point, they didn't really know what it was just yet. But either way, it's a fucking killer. Like,
yeah, they just knew it was well, they did because Anna had told them exactly.
Okay, yeah. At that point, she had.
Where'd he come from?
And he said it was like an abomination.
Like in my village, my country, he's been terrorizing us for all these years. Blah blah blah. And that was why they said they were like, do y'all want this nigga to get to London? That's why we got to blow this fucking boat up. Because we can't let this thing get to London. And my thing was, as long as y'all close enough to the shore, this nigga can fly. So y'all fucked anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna get there anyway.
So so at this point they fucking she tells him she got bit, and she lets herself burn up or whatever. Yep,
she gets on like that little raft thing, the makeshift raft. She gets on top of it, and she, like you said, she lets the sun hit her, and she burst into flames too.
Yeah, and he gets to fucking shore, starts to live life, whatever. But I did like the ending a little bit. But it was annoying because I think he's like a new character. Like they should have just made him like a fucking like, I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. I'll look into it further. But like he's sitting at the bar, he's just kind of explaining, I know the beast is here somewhere and I'll find it. And then he, the Dracula is like sitting in the back of the fucking bar or the tavern or whatever and taps his cane on the floor.
Yeah, he's like drawing a picture of Anna or some shit sitting at the tavern or whatever, talking about how he got to London, he's going to track him down. He's sitting at the table and, like you say, dude starts to tap his cane like they did on the Demeter to alert somebody. Oh. And so he looks up.
Like a chill, like wait a minute. And that motherfucker walked past him and just like swipes his hand a little bit.
It's like his nail went right across his neck, like a little scratch.
Yeah.
And he like, what the fuck? And the door opens and closes. So Clemens gets up and runs outside. He sees him at the end of the alleyway that they're at, and kind of disappears into the fog. He like, I'm definitely gonna follow this nigga and kill this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Send him back to hell type shit. And then it ends. And I'm like, the biggest takeaway from this movie was like, the nigga survived.
Okay.
We got a lone nigga survivor.
We got a final nigga man.
And it's not Brandy. Brandy wasn't a lone survivor. She was the lone black person. She just wasn't the lone survivor. He is not only the only survivor. He black.
That's it. A black final boy. That's amazing. Black final boy. That's right.
Okay. Because I just knew the nigga was gonna literally get killed.
Oh yeah, I figured like as it went on, I was like, oh yeah, he getting killed at the end. Like that's it. They not gonna
like the closer it got to the end, I'm like, he's still gonna die, right? Like they definitely gonna kill him off.
And then in that last scene, I was like, oh, he survived. And so in that last scene at the bar, shit, I was like, oh, he about to get killed. Damn.
Literally, still thought it until the credits rolled, and it was so funny because I'm like,
and I still was like, wait, is it an after credit scene? Hold on, they gonna kill him.
Okay, because like if you kill the little white boy, you definitely gonna kill this nigga.
Like.
And the nigga did not get killed. I said, okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up. Right.
Come on, nigga from Cambridge. I think that's what school he said he went to.
So, yes, rating-wise, I struggled a little bit. Because I don't want to give it too much. But, like, not to say it didn't deserve it, but it was like, it had bits and pieces of everything, so it wasn't consistently... Like, watchability, right? Like, it wasn't... The beginning isn't the most watchable thing.
No. What's funny, it did take me, like, 3 times to get past the first, like, maybe 45 minutes of movie. Or maybe the first half an hour to 45 minutes, because it is very fucking slow.
Or then like
and
the
for
later
it to
half
have been
is
so
more
much
watchable.
Before we even get to Anna and Dracula in the movie, it's so much. Like when they were sitting at the table before they even anybody got attacked or anything, everybody's still alive, we're all good, and they're asking Clemens what he's going to do with his share, since the person that is paying for them, like, if you get here early, I own a bonus. And he's like, money can't buy what I want. I didn't need that scene. I didn't need that scene. That scene literally added nothing to the movie. Nothing.
Or nothing to his character.
It was like,
if anything, it made his character more annoying and more pretentious.
Oh my God, yes. Like, before it really got to the nitty gritty of things, like, it was just like, nigga, what?
It was like, ew, who are you?
Isn't that what men want to know, like, why the world is? No, it's not, actually. It ain't.
No. So for that, I gave it half, because half of the movie is watchable, the other half not.
Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, so I was like all in. Once Dracula showed up.
Yeah.
And old girl was out there and they were trying to figure everything out, that's when it became really watchable and it made sense. And like you said, like, had they, all the time they took to get to that point, had they started with like backstory from the beginning, just like, matter of fact, you could have started from when he took Anna.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, yeah, like, give a little bit. It don't have to be the whole fucking story. Show us how he got to the goddamn
but just
give a second. Yeah, like an extra fucking. And I was actually just talking about another movie recently, The Happening. Some movies benefit from just like a little bit more, because it expects us, like with this one. So like with The Happening, it just expected us to care about those characters, and it was like, we don't give a fuck about. We don't know them. We don't know them. You didn't really give us time to know them.
There's no. Yeah,
and then in this one, it expects people to be, already knowledgeable about this universe, and it's like, well, what if I'm not? Are you gonna introduce it to me a little bit? They said, no, fuck that. This is okay. So this is what's happening next. You read the book.
You read the book.
So
do the homework before you come to this movie, please.
It was one of those. So it was just like, kill count. I don't think it was enough deaths in it.
I think it was plenty deaths, because he literally killed the entire crew.
But it was like 6 motherfuckers. Well, okay, wait, okay. Let me recount that in my head, because I try to look at it as like 5 or more, and that's when it's like, oh, bitch, it's breaking up.
Well, I know that we shouldn't, but first off, the first kill was the dog and the animals.
Animals, yeah.
And it was like,
so I mean, yeah, there was a lot of
goats and pigs. Like, he killed a bunch of animals. Yeah. Now I know that's not real big on the kill count, but he specifically was able to keep going because he killed them first. Because he was dead.
So I mean, I count, even outside of that, now I'm thinking about my head, I count seven deaths. So I mean that. Okay. So
I mean, the scene when they decided to break up the ship, it was at least 3 people that died in that scene alone. The grandfather, his second mate, and then Anna.
Yeah. So
he killed the whole goddamn crew, and it was like 7, like you said, like 7 or 8 of them. Yeah. That were even on the boat. So it was like, yeah, killed everybody on the boat.
It's the last voyage for all you motherfuckers. I didn't give it gore.
If Anna doesn't fall out of the crate, does Dracula get out of his and kill everybody?
Right.
Because that was the only reason why because they thought she was a stuck. Because again, I'm like, how the fuck did she get on the boat?
Because she's buried and linked, right? So like maybe because she was on, released or awoken, it woke him up, kind of thing.
Yeah, because they're connected.
Yeah.
And why that she didn't start feeling better until he started killing people.
Yeah. And she got stronger. Yeah.
He got his strength back. She got her strength back. So I noticed the connection, but I'm like, now I did read like the little synopsis of the movie before I watched it, and it was like taken from the captain's log.
Yep.
Of Dracula. And I said, oh, this movie about Dracula?
Yeah.
I didn't get that from the preview.
Yeah. And so that's the point, that this movie implies that you have this knowledge already, that you know what the fucking Demeter is. And it's like, if you haven't read the book, if you haven't seen the movies, the Dracula movies, and it's not like it's a recent fucking like the last one, like I said, is 1992. So it's like, if you don't know about the world of Dracula, you just would have went into this thinking it's just a fucking vampire thing on a boat.
Yeah, I literally was just thinking of some old timey ass scary movie shit when I was looking at the actual like pictures and stuff of it when I started watching it, and then I was like, you know what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Why
let's
are we
look into it a little bit more.
Pirates of the Caribbean right now? Like, so then that was what made me stop and then go Google it, and then they found out like, okay, that the perspective of the movie is shot from the captain's log, basically. The captain made sure to log everything every day, even before they even found where Dracula, found out about Dracula. He was always writing about the day or whatever. So, because that's what they're reading at the beginning of the movie. That's basically real time, and they're just reading the movie.
Yeah.
Like the black man has already survived. He already in London too, floating around, and Dracula has already flown off.
Yeah.
Because old dude found all the dead bodies that were on the boat when it crashed into the thing. So he like, I ain't going back on that boat, nigga. That's too many dead bodies.
Wild.
Like, that ain't time. And remember how he like sliced into him?
Yeah.
Dude, he literally smashed old dude's face apart into the floor.
And so, okay, so for that, it's funny because actually the next one is gore, and it's like I didn't necessarily get because it wasn't enough. I think most of the attacks were bites and stuff, or like bites that we saw versus those just like those moments that you mentioned just now. Like I think were probably the goriest parts. Yeah. Whereas it wasn't like a consistent thing, so that's why I didn't give it.
Nope. Even when he was when he was drinking Toby's blood, it wasn't real. He didn't even like leave him all messed up. He just drank his blood and dropped his body.
Right. All right. Let me just go ahead and have a little sip.
Thanks for your life force.
Right. Killer Fear Factor, I give that a half. Cause that motherfucker is like, and I don't know if that's maybe more so into the cinematography part, but like the view of it looks really good. Like,
yeah, it literally kind of looks like the thing from Signs.
Yeah,
like the body shape of it, but
a little more like
bat features.
Batty. Yeah,
like he legit looked like a walking bat.
Yeah.
With legs, like long legs, like a human.
And them teeth was fucked up.
And the teeth, the skin was all gray and wrinkly. Like, it was, I think, perfect for, like, we've seen so many different vampires. That was a different way to present a vampire. Yeah. Especially Dracula himself. Yeah. Because she says, like,
Dracula's always done, like, this suave, like, character type, and I mean we know that he can fly and he can turn into a bat, but for the most part he is represented as the sexy vampire guy. So
and what threw me
what shit about this sexy
no, nothing. What threw me in this movie a little bit, because Anna says during the day he walks around in the skin of a man. So in my mind I'm thinking one of the people gotta be Dracula, right?
Yeah.
And then none of them end up being him. So where the fuck was he during the day? Did he go hide?
Just another piece of story that we were supposed to, that was supposed to imply that we knew that this was something that was happening already.
Right, because they were like, well, where is he? They started searching the boat, and they're like, he got to be somewhere around here hiding. So they were searching the boat during the day, and then they came across his thing, his crate, or whatever, and it had the dragon on it and all of those things, but he wasn't in there.
Yeah.
So where is he during the day?
Yeah, right.
What does he look like during the day?
That didn't even make sense. And the only thing I can think of is that he was like flying away, leaving or something, going to do some other shit somewhere else.
But he can't be out during the day because he'll burst into flames. So he has to be on the bottom of the ship somewhere.
Well, no. So that's the idea too. He has different versions though. That doesn't happen to Dracula. Just all the vampires after him because they are, can't think of the word right now, but like basically a subset of what his DNA is, so he can walk in the sun. So, but that's I don't know if that is actually included in Bram Stoker's version, which is what this one is technically about. But I have seen that used in several versions
I'm like, we never see him during the day, and if he is allegedly walking around as a man, he should have been a crew member.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
So I'm like, and then when all the crew members died, I said, so Where this nigga be
at? And then so the last one I gave it half to for cinematography. Because of the view of the ship on the water. Like, all those views looked crazy as hell.
Yeah.
I always just like thinking of... or watching it, because I would never be in a situation like that. But, like, when ships are out in the middle of fucking the ocean, and it's these wild-ass, raging fucking waves and these storms, and it's like, to even think that they were doing that shit on wooden boats. Like, a boat now that's on metal and shit still struggling. Bitch, a whole
I
wooden
literally
boat?
just watched a video of someone on, like, they were filming a boat going through waves, and you can see it, like, moving, but you can't tell it's really, like, going up. And then you see the boat come down and crash into the water. All this water just comes back and hits the boat. Yeah. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah, see, ain't got time. Fuck all that.
You take me onto the Detroit River, we don't have waves like that.
See, when we were in Mexico, we got on a boat ride. We went all out into the ocean and shit. And then at some point, he was like, the boat was kind of hopping a little bit. And I was like, ooh, all right, nigga, wait. Ooh,
like, okay, this ain't no jet ski. Slow it down.
We are out here. We out here. Like, I don't see nothing for a while. I'm looking out. Like, I don't see shit for a second. You better stop all that. Nah, shit. Wait. Wait a minute, nigga.
Swim this far. Like, ain't nothing.
I ain't about to die in international waters, motherfucker. You gotta get me home. So yeah. I mean, and that's why I'm like, I don't want to give it too much, because then it's like too fully for kill count and cinema. No. Oh yeah, no, that's not. Okay, wait. So just one fully for kill count, half for watchability, half for cinematography. So that's 2 full. 2.5. Killer fear factor. Okay, yeah. 2.5. We'll do 2.5 motherfucking stars. Before I let you go, I actually have another segment I want to do with you right quick. I don't recall. I don't think we did it last time. But either way, it doesn't matter, because it could be multiple ones. But just your earliest scare. One of your earliest scares. Like, one of the earliest TV shows or movies that you saw, I was like, oh, bitch, what is this?
You know what's funny? I think Our Real Monsters. Like, it was such when I was a little kid, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's all creepy. And it's between that or Scream. Scream was legit the first scary movie I can remember watching and remember being scared crapless out of. Yeah. And nobody ever came close to it, because I felt like Scream was something that was so real. Yeah. Because we've lived through Columbine.
Yeah,
and that was way
and
before.
Halloween was the two, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was way before how prevalent school shootings are now. And I remember, like, your classmates or your neighbors could really just go crazy and just start killing people.
Like, you know,
set up a whole plan and you know nothing about it, and now
today's the fucking day, Stephanie. It's today.
Yeah, like, this bitch ain't cut her grass the way out. She ain't edged it up. Oh, her whole family about to get it. Like, now you got over a crazy man and his thoughts. Now your whole family dead. Yeah. So I'm like, that happens in real life. And even as a kid, the shit scared the fuck out of me. Oh, yeah. And you know why it scared the fuck out of me? Because I used to watch Forensic Files, FBI Files with my mama. Oh, yeah. And it's always a crazy motherfucker trying to unalive you or your entire goddamn family. And themselves sometimes.
Over some bullshit.
So it's like, this legitimately can happen.
Or some psycho shit, yeah.
Jason, Michael Myers,
so that's what I was
Freddy
gonna say.
Krueger,
one of mine actually.
Hellraiser. All these things are fake. Yeah. There's no way Freddy Krueger is coming to get my ass in my dream.
Wait a minute. That was wrote off technically a true story.
No, not about him being in the dreams though. About what he did to the kids.
No. Wes Craven wrote an article. It was about was it Japan? A group of teenagers were like sleep deprived or some shit, and they essentially I don't it's been a while, but basically they all died, and they described seeing something in their dreams, and they all kind of like died in their sleep. And he like read that, and this was like 10 fucking people, like, and it was like, what the fuck. It's a little bit deeper than that. That's just like my knowledge of it right now, what I can recall. But yeah, and he read that shit. It was like, huh. And like, based Freddy Krueger on what they could possibly be seeing, and like, you know, just add all these extra layers. But the concept
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I get the concept, but I'm saying like the movie itself, like Freddy's never coming to get me, Michael Myers never come. These characters are never coming to get me, or like it's just
but the motherfucker like, next door can.
But Scream
or your
and
friend.
like, or even I Know What You Did Last Summer, like on some revenge shit. These things are real. Yeah, like we've seen stories in real life just like these. So that was the biggest scare for me, is the realness of how this can really happen.
So I'll say one of mine was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. That 4 and 5. Because this is when he was chasing his niece. And I watched this as a kid. Like, you know, I had seen the Halloween movies before, but it was always like him going after these teenagers and adults and killing the shit out of them. He was chasing a whole ass little girl. I was like, wait, I'm a kid too. Hold on. He chased kids too? I didn't know that. Hold on. What's this about? Why he doing that?
Thought kids was off limits.
Like, I remember watching, and like my mom, she's in and out of horror. She, you know, she can watch it or whatever. But one of hers that I would watch with her was Halloween. Like, she liked Michael Myers, so we would just watch that. And so I just remember watching that shit with her and just being like, what the fuck? Why is he doing this? Please make sure he not. Y'all out the door, right? All right. Make sure. I don't know. I heard something. Like, that shit got me. But yes, as always, I appreciate you for doing this with me, love. Always a great time. Let the people know where to follow you.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, B Chantel Catering. And then I have a website, bchantelcatering.com. Order some cookies or brownies or something, guys.
Shit is fire. What was that goddamn? Was that like banana pudding cookies or something? It was some shit you made that time.
I have made a banana pudding cookie, yeah.
But I don't know if it was that. It might have been shit. Either way, that shit's fire. Oh my god. Anyway.
When you were here, yeah, it was a banana pudding cookie.
Yeah, that motherfuckers was. That shit was fire.
Matter of fact, they were edibles. Yep. And your whole you and your family fucked them cookies.
We fucked them cookies up. All right. I appreciate you, love.
I need to take your mama something. Take something over there soon.
Oh yeah, she want to have her little book reveal. Her book. Not book reveal. What is it called? Her launch party. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Come on, launch. All right, launch party.
So, you know, I gotta get ready for this launch party. I said,
okay.
But yeah, I love it. But yeah, I appreciate you, love, as always. You know, if you think of a movie, let me know. If I think of one, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm about to clean up and take a fucking nap. I'll probably nap and then clean up. We'll figure
that sounds better.
So much better. I love you. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you want?
I want to hear you scream.
All right, let's get into another week in horror. This week is very exciting. First off, Jordan Peele released a horror anthology book, and it is titled Out There Screaming. I'm super excited to read this. Like, it features 19 Black authors, and it's 400 pages, and that's just exciting. You know what I'm saying? It came out around the horror holiday, Halloween, spooky season, so that's peak, and it's Jordan fucking Peele. So I can't imagine he, you know what I'm saying? Like he picked the best authors for this, and with that in mind, it would be such a dream to be a part of the second one, because, I mean, come on, there has to be a second one after this one, right? Or just another type of anthology type thing. But nevertheless, I'm working on my own anthology horror book, and it's completely written by me, but it's just different types of stories. And yeah, so it's right up my alley. So this happening and coming out was just such a a universal flow kind of moment, and just reminded me that I'm on the right path, and got me more excited to work with Jordan Peele one day. Another piece of horror is, and this one is more rumored, I guess, but it's been heavily so first I'll say it's about Scream 7. The team that has taken over Scream, the past two films, they've been very receptive to fans. And there's been a lot of chatter this year since Scream 6 came out, and it being in New York, of ooh, what if we got a Scream film that took place in the snow, right? Like a snow Ghostface. And that's super fucking fun, honestly. And so the rumor is that apparently this one, Scream 7, will take place during the Christmas holidays. I don't know if it's true, again, rumored, but that would be so fucking dope, right? It's super exciting to see, especially if they, do it like, just like a lot of the classics, Black Christmas, like some of that kind of feel, or and don't judge me on this one, Silent Night, Deadly Night, just some of those classic Christmas horrors, and then just keeping the same classic feel of Scream itself, while also adding the new Scream flair that it has. So they have a lot of things to accomplish if that is true, but I have a lot of faith in the team that has Scream now, because I love Scream 5, and I was like, okay, hell yeah. And then Scream 6 came out, and I was like, damn, I love this more. So the franchise is definitely in good hands.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
All right, so as y'all know, this is year 5 of my annual Halloween horror list. Granted, this is my first year of my podcast, but I've been doing graphic design like forever, and like I said, this is my 5th year, so I'm always sharing. Essentially, the idea is I share on my social media the film, the graphic that I made from the film, a fun fact, and then a scene. Today, I'm just going to give you guys the list. Go to the Man of Horror Podcast IG or my regular Trigger Troy DIG. Those days are posted there, but yeah, let's get into it. I'll give you guys the first 10 days. So, day 1, Chain Letter. Day 2, Nightbreed. Day 3, Open 24 Hours. Day 4, There's Something Wrong with the Children. Day 5, Poltergeist. Day 6, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Day 7, Smile. Day 8, Bride of Chucky. Day 9, Bordello of Blood. And Day 10, Evil Dead Rise. If you have not seen any of those, definitely check them out. And if you have, give them another watch.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
With that, I appreciate you guys so much for listening. As always, don't forget to follow the official Instagram page for the pod, Man of Horror _podcast. And actually check me out this Tuesday night. I will be on Beeline Entertainment, which is it's Live on the Line. Sorry, I was gonna say Live on the Line. It was getting me, but either way, Live on the Line with Beeline Entertainment, and we will be doing horror movie rankings, so I'm super excited about that. But until next time, stay spooky.